Okay. Um, let's get started in a few minutes. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Um, that's not what I wanted to do, but okay. And let's see. Okay. Oh, what is? Okay. Welcome everybody to my channel, and the reason why I decided to do this right now is because um to talk uh, a lot about TNA Impact, no TNA Wrestling, because it's gonna be back to TNA Wrestling in 2024, um, and a little bit about WWE and what um went on took place at Survivor Series last night. Okay, as everyone know, the wrestling world is buzzing on three returns. One of them being the most uh confident, uh co- controversial returns. First, R-Truth, he returned backstage. Okay, and now Randy Orton He had been out with an injury, and he went serious infusing surgery to repair his back, um, which took him out of action for some months, for a long while, actually. Um, he returned at the last minute of the War Games match. Okay, um, match was great at the end. You know, like how they executed everything. Then after they won, um, Team Cody Rhodes won the War Games match against Judgment Day, which um, is circulating that Judgment Day would be breaking up because this is the longest reigning stable, one of the longest reigning stables that I have ever seen. And you know, just like the bloodline, Judgment Day and the bloodline needs to go because as of late in WWE, it has been circulated on these two stables, these two factions. Okay, no faction or stable in the history of the WWE has lasted this long. No stable, not even the Shield, not even Evolution. That being said, after that, CM Punk comes out. Now, I kind of had a little bit of feeling that he would show up at WWE. I wouldn't like everybody because people saying that he would show up at TNA's Bound for Glory because they was in Chicago. They biggest pay per view in Chicago, saying that CM Punk would show up over there. So that being said, I couldn't trust the hearsay, she said, he said, rumors like that until I actually seen him walk out on WWE programming. Because people was net down before with at Bound for Glory and he did not show up. That being said, he shocked everyone, even yours truly. And he came back, but not with some controversy. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, not happy with CM Punk coming back because the guy's gonna have some controversy everywhere he goes. But the reason why I wanted him to come back to TNA wrestling because he did show up at a couple of the shows and the TNA talent over on the TNA side, they welcomed him with open arms. It wasn't, no one didn't have a problem with CM Punk or nothing like that. He was welcomed with open arms. So I thought he was gonna, have a fresh. At least he could have a fresh start. I mean, he did start in the old TNA back in the day, but he didn't spend too much time over there. It was short lived, even though he did start off in TNA, in the old original TNA when they first started off, but it was short lived, and I thought he would like at least he'll go to come back to a fresh company, another legendary company, TNA, and he could like be that face of a major company instead of one of the faces of the major company. But that's CM Punk, and I guess he wants to stir up some controversy and go to WWE, another legendary company in the wrestling industry business. So anywho, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre didn't like it. And I watched the press conference, and I don't think Triple H really wasn't too fond of it. The way his body language was, he kind of, instead of him talking about the most major surprise, CM Punk, he talked about R-Truth returning at the beginning. And then he skipped over CM Punk to the end and talked about Randy Orton, which was very important, because Randy Orton did come back from an injury, but still CM Punk was like the should have been like the number one topic of the night. But I think Triple H and the WWE did it for the money and to get huge buzz that they the number one wrestling company than anyone else than TNA or AEW. And that's true, but in my view, it was just mostly good for business. That's all it was. It wasn't about we like CM Punk, we need to get him back in. He changed. It's just the guy wherever he would land, he gets um arenas and venues sold out. And if he would have landed in TNA, that it's hard to kill would have been sold out. Um, that being said, um, Drew McIntyre. I was looking at one of the podcasts earlier today, and I did not know this. Drew McIntyre has not negotiated a contract deal to re-sign with WWE. His contract is up in April, around WrestleMania time. And that being said, Drew McIntyre will have to stay away for 3 months because when you don't negotiate your contract or whatever, you have to stay away for 3 months. Um, that's 90 days. So he wouldn't be able to show up at TNA's Slammiversary, but he could show up at TNA's Bound for Glory in the Gauntlet that they have. So, um, and since he's not happy, that's like a easy excuse to not negotiate with WWE into a new contract deal. Um, he can return at TNA's Bound for Glory 2024, which he would be very welcomed especially that TNA is officially would be under the TNA wrestling banner once more. Um, they will push him to the moon. He had a great career. First time around, he was at TNA. He was Drew Galloway. He would be Drew Galloway if he returned, And then he doesn't have to work that many days, to be away from his family or whatever like that. And that's exactly why Kurt said. Kurt re-signed with TNA Wrestling because he knew that they didn't have to work so many days, whatever. So, yeah. And another thing, AJ Styles. He has not been seen on WWE programming in a while. I don't know if he's out with an injury, but AJ Styles said in 2024, and 2024 is right around the corner, that this time around, I think this is his last run with WWE. And since CM Punk is getting all the big buzz, and they're not really doing much for AJ Styles, um, I say it would be very great that he finished off his career in TNA Wrestling, a company that he built, that he was the heart and soul of. He can have tremendous. He's a big draw. AJ Styles is a TNA original, and he would be welcomed back with open arms. You imagine the last matches he would have to finish off his career with Josh Alexander, with Moose, with Chris Sabin, with Alex Shelley, Steve Mackinnon, Mike Bailey. The possibilities are endless, and many more, and many new faces. And this is what TNA should do. Since they lost Will Ospreay to AEW, and since they lost CM Punk to WWE, and they couldn't seal a deal. They need us. They need to sign all those. They need to sign the majority of those free agents from WWE when their 90-day clause is up, and it'll be up just in time for Hard to Kill. They need to sign all those women and girls. Okay. Now they're not a big draw, but they are. You know that they can transform them into something like a top talent, top star, and then maybe they could bring back Kurt Angle. Maybe Kurt Angle can present the new TNA World Heavyweight Championship to the winner of the championship match. And maybe they can tease like for a Kurt Angle versus Josh Alexander match. You know, they need to get a top talent in TNA wrestling in time for Hard to Kill, and they need to start and so they can sell out the venue. Because if CM Punk was signed with TNA Wrestling, like I said, it would have been sold out. Period. Um, so they're gonna have to get Kurt Angle at least. They're gonna have to pull some TNA originals that can still go, like a Lance Storm. I mean not Lance Storm. Uh, uh, a James Storm. Uh, Bobby Roode, get their money back together. That would sell out. And Bobby Roode has not been seen on WWE programming in a long time. I don't even think he's in NXT. I don't know. But anywho, the majority of those talents have got released. TNA needs to bring them to their company. AEW has too much talent, okay, that's not being used. Okay? So they don't need to go over there. They got way too much talent not being used on television. Even though they got RH and all these other shows, AEW Collision, Point Blank, some of the talent is not being used. TNA Wrestling Scott D'Amore needs to get aggressive, be very aggressive like Dixie Carter was, and bring in some talent, you know. And that's my take on everything. Like I said before, it's time. TNA Wrestling is no stranger to this business. Okay, they know how to get things done. They pulled in a whole bunch of talent um the first time around. From 2005 to 2010, they pulled in big name talent. Okay, so they're gonna have to start signing some people. Sign Braun Strowman. He's a free agent. He was one of the ones that was net gone. Um, like I said, TNA Wrestling needs to sign the majority of the talent. They can't just sit back and let AEW sign all the talent. This isn't Impact Wrestling. This is not Impact Wrestling no more. Going forward, this would be TNA Wrestling. Okay, and the TNA Wrestling I know used to be signing a lot of talent before any other company can scoop them up. So Scott D'Amore, get Anthem, get in touch with Anthem, and get a lot of funds, a lot of money to lock down some talent. I know since it'll be going back to TNA Wrestling, I will assume it's gonna be long-term contract deals coming up, and not them week 6 month deals. Because in TNA Wrestling, people will sign long term. Kurt Angle signed many times. We signed many times with TNA Wrestling until the end of his career. Until he decided he didn't want to go and he wanted to go back to WWE to get into the Hall of Fame. Here, you can most likely get Kurt Angle back. If he can still go, he can have one last match. Not that joke one last match he had against a jobber, Baron Corbin, which they didn't do nothing with. They did not do nothing for his career in the first place. They tried many times for him, and they couldn't do much. You know, that last match in WWE Kurt Angle had was a joke match. So if Kurt Angle is can still go and he gets into shape, we could probably see a Josh Alexander versus Kurt Angle match at Bound for Glory 2024 for the ages. But yeah, they just need the majority of talent because they if they don't get enough talent, they're gonna be like WWE, recycling the same matches and matches. I didn't see Judgment Day versus Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn several times. I hope at Survivor Series that was the last time um we'll see Judgment Day against the same people. But like I said before, TNA Wrestling needs to get into the game. Scott D'Amore needs to sign the majority of those soon-to-be WWE free agents. And by Hard to Kill, we should be seeing some debuts, some returns for TNA Wrestling. Until then, your boy be out. I want y'all to subscribe and follow. I mostly do gaming. I mostly stream TNA Wrestling every Thursday for those who don't have Access TV. Every Thursday at 8/7 Central from Access TV because I can get Access TV. And if you got cable, if for the ones who still got cable or satellite, check with your local cable provider and check to see what package gets Access TV, and that's how you know that you can get Access TV in your area. 50 million people across North America can get Access TV. You just gotta do your research on it. They don't have an app where you can stream TNA Wrestling every Thursday yet on their website, but you can watch it um on my channel. I'll be streaming every Thursdays at 8/7 Central. And until then, your boy be out. Peace.